A live shot of LaGuardia this hour and a breaking news story we continue to follow. The U.S. Federal Aviation Administration has halted flights across the U.S. due to a system outage.
All right, let's talk more about this morning. Joining us right now live is Phil Dirty, CTV aviation specialist. Phil, really appreciate your insight on a morning like this. So can you explain what this NOTAM system is, and can you have a sense of what may have gone wrong here today?
Yeah, good morning, Nick and Dan. So what happens is they had a computer outage which affected the NOTAMs, which is notice to air missions, or what we call notice to airmen. And what the NOTAMs do is they provide critical information to the pilots that they need to know for en route and their destination. So if there's any critical information like a runway being closed, a navigational aid not working, it's critical stuff that they really need to know before they leave the ground.
Okay, that's a very good explanation, Phil. So what happens if you're a pilot in the skies while this outage happens? Are you kind of left in the dark, so to speak?
Well, what they have to do is they have to do it manually. So the air traffic controllers will have to tell the pilots verbally what the situation is at their destination. So for instance, if they need to divert, so they're flying, say they're flying from New York to Los Angeles and they have to divert to Denver, then what will happen is that the air traffic controllers will actually tell them exactly if there are any issues at that destination.
Okay, and Phil, so how serious is this? How significant is this that this is out? Because it sounds to me like it can be done the other way, kind of like it sounds more like an old school way. But I mean, how significant is it that this system, this notification system, is effectively down?
Well, it is really significant because the thing is that the FAA is erring on the side of caution. And the thing is that the safety of the passengers and the flight crews are the utmost importance, right? So you don't want to put a pilot into a situation where he's not sure of the condition of a runway or the condition of an airport where he's arriving. So we want to make sure that, this automated system works so the pilots can be as informed as possible.
Right, because if you think about all those flights leaving out of the U.S., that's a lot of manual kind of dealings that have to go on automatically. So, Phil, I'm curious to know, has a system outage like this happened in recent times or in the past? I just want to get a feel of how common something like this is.
It's not very common at all. The systems, the computer systems of the FAA, they got backups, so there must have been a significant glitch in the system that affected it.
So, Phil, what are the kind of ripple effects then for passengers flying out of Canada, perhaps, of course, south of the border, as so many Canadians do on a daily basis? The FAA's grounded flights until at least 9 o'clock, we understand here. What could that mean on this side of the border?
Well, it just means flight delays. Canadian pilots will not be leaving the ground if they're not sure of the conditions where they're at their destination. So it'll just cause a delay, and then things will slowly back up again. But it should be up and running by 9 o'clock, they say.
Well, let's cross our fingers and hope that that's all it is this morning. That is CTV's aviation specialist, Phil Dirty, joining us on Breakfast. Phil, thanks for the time. Appreciate this.